Welcome back to the REVan channel. As you can tell, we're at the drag strip. It's nice and loud. We hear all those engines running behind us. Got Brian Wolfe here. We got the Godzilla on track today. We made some major strides. We're having fun at the NMRA event here in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Brian, you got behind the wheel and you made a full pass, and it was mean.
Yeah, no, we had a great week. We were first testing at US 131 on Thursday. First making full hits with it. We had to change the torque converter, loosen it up a bit from where we were testing previously. So we went 468 there, but we dropped cylinder 3 about halfway through that pass.
Right.
We thought it was a spark plug, something simple. We loaded up, we came here, got here, started check valve lash, found we smoked a push rod. My fault because I probably didn't have it primed. Luckily, Rick Smith from BTR knows the guys in the area, got a hold of Samuel Vincent, who had a push rod that we could use, and was very gracious and helped us out. So we went and picked that up last night, put it together this morning, and first hit we went I think 468 at 161.
Right.
Chattering the tires a bit. We backed it down a bit further, and we went a 464 at 161. I kept my foot in it for 4.9 seconds so we could get a 7-second time slip, and we went 772 at like 138 with the shootout.
With the parachutes out. So first Godzilla in the 7s, that's really awesome, and it wasn't even a full pull. If you made a full pull, what do you think it would have run?
Yeah, somewhere 17, 720s in that range.
At about what, 190?
Probably 190, 193-ish type mile an hour, yeah.
That's amazing, but as you guys know, the car is set up for 8th mile.
Right.
So you just kind of kept your foot in it just to get that 7-second time slip?
Absolutely, yeah. So obviously Patrick Barnhill is tuning it remotely for me this weekend, and he said, hey, you know, after we made the first hit, where when I lifted on time and shootout on time, it went an 8:10.
Right.
And he goes, hey, you know, you may just want to keep your foot in just a little longer to get that 7-second slip. So not only is Patrick a great tuner and getting us all lined up remotely, but he also had some good ideas on marketing.
Yeah, he's a smart dude, whether he's standing on the starting line or when he's on the golf course. He's got a pretty good stroke on the golf course.
I hear that, yeah, absolutely.
So Brian, what are some of the strides that you made between the last event and this event as far as actual tuning of the engine?
Well, the biggest change was we were running real conservative, so we were running pretty fat. And the second change was at the last event, we're looking, you know, at the data that we had, it was clear that the converter was just way too tight. So it was almost like dumping the clutch on a old-fashioned clutch, no slip, no centrifugal.
And it just bites and pulls the motor down.
It pulls the motor down or just blows the tires off. So Patrick looked at me and goes, dude, why you got that converter in it? You know, and I had another converter, and we called Marty. I had him next day some stators on Monday. We put those in on Tuesday. Got the car loaded Wednesday, tested on Thursday, got here yesterday.
Yeah,
so,
you've been running really hard.
Yeah, yep, trying to get some solid hits on it this year.
So first 7-second, first 4 in the 8th mile, 160 plus in the 8th mile. So for people who are new to the channel, Brian, get them up to speed on what exactly is going on under the hood here.
Yeah, so yeah, this engine, so for those that haven't followed us previously, so this is a Godzilla, it's a stock block on the Godzilla. We have the stock crank in it. We have MGP aluminum rods, Weisco pistons, it's running on methanol. It's our stock cylinder head casting that were worked CNC'd by Dave Visner.
Right.
They have titanium intake and exhaust valves, shaft mounted rockers, solid roller cam. Charlie Westcott did the cam for us.
Right.
And this motor is really beat up though. I mean, this is the motor that we did the NA development with 2.5 years ago.
Right.
Put the Whipple on it, ran that last year, put the ProCharged on it this year, tuned it with OBR, tuned it with big stuff. Now we got the Haltech Nexus R5, which I really love on it. So, you know, there's a lot of opportunity to beat a motor up. And now we're also running it on methanol.
Right.
So, you know, that puts a lot of fuel in the oil. It's running, you know, methanol, for those that aren't aware, I mean, wide open throttle, you're running like, you know, 4 to 4.4 to 1 air fuel as opposed to 13 to 1. So it's a lot of learning experience, lots of changes. But again, you know, the key is, as everyone says in the statements, never overused, is you always want to get the best people to help you, right? So with you know, with Jason Lee and Patrick Barnhill, you know, helping get this thing focused really quickly. Not that I never tune, but you never come in and get the car done as quick as we did. I mean, that was only the 5th and 6th full passes on the car today.
So take us through a little bit, compared to some of the other cars you've driven, other big inch small blocks and high powered big blocks and stuff like that. How does it actually feel with the zoomies and everything?
Well, the two best comparators, I ran an all motor car at a local drag strip, Milan Dragway. Chris Holbrook did that motor for me. It's a 695 cubic inch Hemi.
Right.
And we won the championship with that for 3 years in a row.
Okay.
And that would run 490 to 1 to the 8th on a really good day, and that went 750, 859 and at 182. That car is a really nice car, really stable, but that's definitely going to come on like this car. I mean, there's a big difference between a car that runs 497, 501 on a typical day to 460. Right. The other car that was big comparable to is we had a X275 car with a small block board, billet block, SC1 heads, and that would go for high 430s.
Okay.
Several years ago, and this is a lot more approaching that car.
Man, it's been a great project so far, Brian. People are following it, they're loving it. You are the first man in the 7 seconds and in the 460s, even in the 4s, in the 8th mile, which this car will primarily be used for.
Yep.
We're out here at the NMRA. We're having a great time. Everybody's hanging out. People are just absolutely loving coming up and talking to you and getting to actually see and hear this thing run. So we appreciate you coming out.
Yeah, just a couple things to say. If you've never been to Ford Fest, this is my first time here, and it is amazing. When we drove to the gate, I said, this is insane. It is like a NHRA national event is what it feels like, with the amount of people, the cars. You go through the parking lot. I mean, Rick Smith was here to check up on us, make sure everything was good.
Right.
I mean, he was like a mile and a half away parked, And
well, think about it. You got a massive car show with hundreds and hundreds of cars and everything. The trucks, like old school 60s, 70s, 80s Ford trucks, Mavericks, like there's so many cool Fairlanes out there that I saw. Then you got the drifting, the autocross, the speed stop. Obviously we got drag racing going on, and off-road. Have you ever been to an event where there's all those things?
No, I haven't.
Me neither.
Yeah, so again, if you've never been, put it on your bucket list to attend, you'll love it. And if you want to continue to get great content on the internet, hit the subscribe button, bitches.